What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to Effective Living Conversation. I am Coach Ricardo Miller, and I'm joined with Coach Deborah D. Smith. And listen, guys, we do this every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So big shout out to everybody in the Bahamas. Big shout out to everybody in Florida. Big shout out to everybody here in Texas. And for those of you around the world, please do me a favor and put a comment in the comment section and let us know where you're watching from. We want to know. We want to know. And so today we got another interesting topic that we want to dive into. But before we do that, I want to remind you guys, listen, don't be afraid to start over. Okay? Don't be afraid to start over. One of the things that I've been teaching is a new day is an opportunity to begin again. Come on. A new week is an opportunity to begin again. And that's the reason why we do these talks on Mondays. It's the beginning of the week. And you know, some people dread Mondays, but not those of us that are effective living ambassadors. Hello, not those of us who are effective. We love Mondays. We love Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday. We love life. So listen, Coach Deborah, how are you doing, lady?
I'm doing wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. How are you?
I am doing excellent. I am doing excellent. You know what? It feels good to know that not only are we responsible for creating our lives, but when we start to create the life we desire, it feels great to start to see it come alive. What about you? How are you doing there in the great state of Florida?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful. You know, people are running around frantic, trying to get water. All the water is being sold out. But
Wow.
hey, I got to say is, hey, do what you need to do. You know that this time was coming up. You plan for it, just like you plan for your life. Every phase of your life, you have to stay on top of it.
Yeah.
And hey, you don't sweat it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. I mean, don't sweat the stuff. And you know, do what I teach. Do what you can do. What you can do, you got to put it before the Lord. You're just like, God, I'm going to do what I can, and what I can't do, I'm going to believe you for supernatural involvement. Because I believe in supernatural. I believe God can do what I cannot do. As a matter of fact, He can do what I could do, and He can do what I can't do. But for me to be responsible as a believer, I think He wants to see me being faithful in what I can do. And so, man, listen, we got some exciting things coming up. You're getting ready to do a cruise.
Yes.
You know, listen, you're getting ready to do a cruise, take some time off, you and your incredible husband. I'm looking forward to sitting down with you guys. Let's talk about that. I mean, we decided to do a cruise last year this time. We had every intent to meet up and connect in the Bahamas. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to go, but you and your husband, Dan, was able to go to Bahamas and guys had a great time. Tell us a little bit about your Bahamas experience, because you know I'm all things Bahamas.
Yes, you know, that was just, again, God taking control and orchestrating things because, you know, where one situation didn't happen, it opened up a door for me. And it was amazing. My husband talked about the trip and my impact and what I did for weeks and weeks and weeks. But it was just amazing to be, of course, over in the Bahamas, which is a beautiful place, first of all. But everyone was friendly, opening, you know, up of their hearts. I got an opportunity to meet your sisters, your mom, people. Anastasia, I met her for the first time. I got a chance to meet Andrea Pratt, Jackie Roll. Got a chance to see Angela Nixon, and it was just amazing. I got to see all these people that I've been interacting with, but I actually got to get a hug and everything, even with COVID, you know, we got that hug. And to be able to be there and to see that I could interact and impact people all over the world, because I had an opportunity to visit churches and schools and talk with the children. So I was, you know, fulfilling my purpose. So it was amazing.
Nice, nice. And you're doing such a great job. I'm excited because now you get to meet another person that you've been connected with, and all three of us will get a chance to be together. That is Coach Della.
Oh,
Coach Della and Coach Deborah. Both of you guys will be on the ship. We're doing a cruise, ladies and gentlemen. And I know both of you will be bringing your book. They both are authors. And so tell us a little bit about your book for those who are watching before we dive into our talk.
Um, well, my book, Build Your Best Life, is the same name as my platform.
Yeah.
But I wrote this book because, I believe that young men deserve an opportunity. Sometimes you have bumps in the road, different things happen in life, but that's not the end of it. It
Yeah.
could be the beginning. That could be, like a slap in the face to wake you up. So my platform is to show young men that you can overcome obstacles and build your best life. And as I stated, I want to do this all over the world. So, what better way than to put those basic principles in a book
Yeah.
that can be, purchased all over the world and get in the hands of millions of people? So, it talks about my basic principles, uh, you know, first and foremost, everybody has to love themselves. That's where it starts. That's the foundation.
Yeah.
So, this book helps not only young men, but it helps our mentors, coaches, parents, grandparents, neighbors. So I believe it's an amazing book. I read it all the time. And my husband works, he retired from law enforcement. And he always says, I wish I had had that book and had read it, when I was out there dealing with the different situations. So it is a big help.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, get your copy of Build Your Best Life. It is a great book. Now I know 2023, you're going to have the plan to do another trip to the Bahamas. The Bahamas loves you. And you got to go back and you got to do another tour, seeing now that, for the most part, everything is opened up. And I mean, there are tons of places that needs this message and a lot of young people. In addition, I'll go as far to say I have my good friends and my good friend and brother and so many people I love there in this other country, Jamaica. 2023, I believe Build Your Best Life need to do a Jamaica tour with Bishop Mark McLean. The one and only Bishop Mark McLean, such an incredible, amazing man. But here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Look at that. Look at that, people. Listen, look at that. Listen, and here's the deal. Effective Living Cruise with Coach Ricardo and friends in 2023. We go into the Bahamas on the ship. Hello. We go into the Bahamas on the ship. Now, here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. Listen, we're letting this out early so you can plan accordingly. Okay, you can plan accordingly. Now, there's two things. One, you get to go on a cruise. How many of y'all know that's going to be nice, right? But two, all destinations are nice, but there's nothing like going to the Bahamas and Ricardo's on the boat. Hello, hello.
Turn up.
Yes, yes, yes. We're going to the Bahamas. All roads lead to the Bahamas. All boats, all ships, all avenues lead to the Bahamas in 2023. So go ahead and DM me and say, hey, Miller, I'm interested in going with you guys in 2023 to the Bahamas on the cruise. It's going to be amazing. And then we're going to probably fly into Jamaica because I told Bishop Mark McLean and the my crew there in Jamaica that we're coming in 2023. And I think Build Your Best Life is a beautiful, incredible, amazing, not only book, but platform that needs to also touch the people there in Jamaica and everywhere else. Everywhere else. Get your copy of the book. Let's talk about the subject we're talking about today. We're talking about a blueprint. A blueprint, having a blueprint for your life. Years ago, I had the opportunity to go back to trade school. When I left high school, I went to a trade school and I studied carpentry. And I then learned that before they built a house, if you were going to build it right, they would have a blueprint made. They would have a blueprint made. How important is it for a blueprint, in your opinion?
The blueprint is essential. I mean, just think about it. So we know a house. If you don't have a blueprint, how will the workers know what to put where? where to start, what it should look like if they run into issues. But that blueprint is going to ensure that you have that strong foundation, which I think is, very, very important. But then, it tells everyone what to do, because you have that opportunity a lot of times to say, this is what I want. I want this closet here. I want this study over here. I want this room to get the morning sun.
Yeah.
But your electricians, your plumbers, your carpentry, everybody is going to use that blueprint in order to come out with the perfect ending product. So
Yeah.
you can't, you can't do anything without that blueprint. And, just like I hope I'm not going ahead of myself, but, I think about if that blueprint is so important for a house or a skyscraper, hey, I need a blueprint for my life, because I want my life to be all in the right places.
Yes, yes. It's so true. Now here's the deal. I wish someone had told me that, yeah, you want to build a house one day and you got to get a blueprint, and and if you get a storefront, they'll say do a blueprint design of how the place is going to lay out and so forth. And we see all of these incredible buildings, and how did they build what they built? They had a blueprint. They had an initial plan, and like you said, they organized the plan in a way where the blueprint was built, was developed in a way where the plumbers knew what they had to do, electricians knew how and where they would be working, and all of these different elements come together to make something amazing. Let's think about our lives. When we're talking about constructing an amazing life. I had some questions that I sent out through my blog, that every Monday we drop a blog on my website. And I said, why the Blueprint Summit? And I sent you that note, Miss Deborah. But a couple of things I have here written, that is, our lives are created by the decisions we make on a daily basis. That's jotting that down. But in addition, your vision is your blueprint for your life. Your vision is your blueprint for your life. The Bible said, where there is no vision, the people perish. So somebody said, well, I don't have a vision for my life. I don't know how to draw up a blueprint. There are critical questions that must be asked. Very, very important questions. Questions like, how would you rate your life? Let's start there. How would you rate your life? And then, are you satisfied with the way your life is right now? Another question is, somewhat satisfied or not at all satisfied? So when you're about to have something built, I heard Miss Deborah said, you may want the sun come in. So you want to make sure that the side the sun comes on doesn't have the only wall and no window. You're right. You want to make sure there's, and then you want to make sure your garage is on the right side of the house to where you feel comfortable and all that stuff. So when we ask ourselves, why rate my life? You have to rate your life so that you can make sure the rest of what you build is starting to be something in alignment with what you want your life to be. You might, hey, Coach Deborah, you can say, this is my house now, but if I had to build another house, here's what I would do different, right?
Right.
And every day is an opportunity to be building our personal house in that of who we are. What you got to say?
That is, so true. And, I always say, you don't know what you don't know. Yeah. So if you don't know how your life is currently, how do you know where to go from there? So if I don't stop and think about, if I had to rate my life from 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, where would I rate it? If I don't do that, then I don't know if I need to work on a particular area, or I'm just happy as a lark and I don't need to do anything. But it's important to know where you are in order to fix those places where, you might have doubt, or you might find something that's going on that, you really didn't think about it. So if you don't write it down, make it plain, get that plan together, you're going to miss something. Just like you say, if I had to redo my house, I love my house, but if I had to redo it, if I could do it again, I would have to do something to make that closet bigger.
right? said there'll be a few things I'm gonna make adjustments, and the closet is one of those things, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go into our key questions for today. And here's the deal, guys. As we're fast approaching our upcoming Effective Living Blueprint Summit, which is on October 8th, our goal is to have you to start thinking. We want you to think, because here's the deal. You are responsible for creating the life you desire. Okay? You said, Coach, I don't like my life. Well, guess what? You can make some changes. You can make some changes. Well, I'm so far back, man. I'm so far back. Here's a couple questions you got to ask. Knowing where you are is important. Coach Deborah just mentioned that. Knowing where you are. First question that I want to throw out. If you're watching, put it in the comment section. But here's the deal. Start journaling and ask yourself the question. Coach Deborah and I, we're going to talk about these questions. First question, what is going on in your life now? What is going on? You know, Coach, there are some people who won't answer that question. They won't answer that question in regards to their finances. They won't answer that question in regards to their health. They won't answer that question in regards to family or community around them. They won't answer that in regards to just with their faith. You know, what's going on in your life right now? So before you can start constructing a plan to build an amazing life, you need to ask some serious questions. This is the first question. What's your view on this first question?
You know, it's just important that you set yourself up to want to know what you're doing. And like as you stated, you know, a lot of people, they don't want to talk about it. They don't think about it. So they're just getting up and they're in a routine. So they get up, they may go to work, don't like the job, sit there, complain all day, pick the kids up, go home, fix dinner, tell the husband he love you, good night, whatever. Yeah. That's it. And they do that day in and day out. And someone say, how's it going? No, that's okay. Okay, that's not what I want to say. You know, you should want to say, so do you even care? Wow. You know, so why is it that you don't want to talk about it? You know, you get in corporate America, you know, Monday morning, everybody wastes 30 minutes. Hey, what did you do this weekend? You know, we decided we were going to do this. And you had that person just sitting. Yeah. They didn't think about anything. They didn't do anything. Why is that? Do you not care about your life? Do you not care about your finances? Do you want to, you know, if you're struggling now, do you want to always struggle? Or do you want to have that effective life? You know, those 5 F's. Yeah. That's what I want, you know. So I think about those things and where I am, where I want to go, what areas I want to work on. And they may not be, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong, but it's something that I want better. Like I have savings, I have Christmas savings, I have emergency savings, but I want to save some more. I have an amount in my head that I want to save. You know, if people, the dealership keeps pushing me, you need to get that G9. My husband like, here's a picture of a G9. Do you want it? I don't want a car payment. I'm saving some money. You know, I have a plan. I know what I want to do. You know.
I got a blueprint.
Hey.
So, ladies and gentlemen, consider this. Ask yourself the question, okay? What's going on in my life right now with my health, with my career, with my relationship, with my finances, with spirituality, with my emotional well-being? Come on, think about that. Think about that. You know, for those of you guys that are in our exclusive community, we've been doing this teaching on how to become the boss of your emotions. You know, a lot of people haven't even been taught how to manage their emotions. Some people go to church not for a divine connection with their creator, but just for a form of godliness, just from a religious perspective. Some people, the only thing they know about finances is to work for it just for the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Just the paycheck. In other words, you know, pay the bill, work for the pay the bill, work, pay the bill. And it's like, you know, I can't win for losing. That's not the way it's supposed to be. So when we ask the question, what's going on in your life right now in regards to the 5 F's: faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. I want you to start asking yourself honestly, where do you believe you are? I'm going to ask Miss Coach Deborah to go ahead and do number two, the second question. But before we go into the second question, I want you to think. This talk on this Monday is for you to think. We want you to think. And here's the deal: we're not trying to make you anything. We want you to make you what you need to be. You heard that? You are responsible for making you. We're just basically triggering some thought patterns that helps you to realize, why am I living this way? When there's a platform reminding me there's a model called effective living. And if you've been doing it wrong for a long time, don't be afraid to start over. Let's go into question number two, Coach.
Okay. So, I know what I like to do, but I think an important thing that we need to ask ourselves is, what makes us happy?
Yeah.
What makes us happy? Can you answer that question? And that is essential because, if you're not happy, that impacts your mental health, your physical health. So that it is very, very essential for you to know that you want to be happy. What makes you happy? Yeah. So what makes you happy, Coach?
Man, let me tell you something. I got hey, listen, what makes me happy? What makes me happy is seeing my life being managed well. The whole term "nothing missing, lacking, or broken" it makes me so happy. It makes me want to cry. I'm talking about tears of joy, where I'm so grateful, because here's the deal: I know from whence I came, and I wasn't always here. Mm-hmm. I can remember living with the thought, going from crisis to crisis, and I can't win for losing, and this was the plot in life, and look at the cards that I've been dealt to play with. And now I'm at a place where I can say, you know what? Getting up early in the morning makes me feel happy. Being able to pay my bills on time. Not only pay my bills on time, you know what? I started practicing about 3 or 4 years ago. I started paying my bills ahead of time. Somebody ought to shout, that's next level right there. Let me tell you something. That'll help your credit out. That'll help. Yes. That'll keep you in that 800 category right there. You get ahead of the bills. You don't be waiting on a bill. You get ahead of the bills. And so that makes me happy. You know what makes me happy too? Helping people win. I love helping people win. Glory to God. I have joy when I see people checking off their goals and becoming who they feel as though they were created to be. I'm like, that right there makes me happy. In addition, what makes me happy is hearing people awaken to the truth of their potential. When people start to become awakened to who they are, not who Ricardo wants them to be, or who their parent wanted them to be, or who the community wants them to be. When you start to find, I love seeing people find themselves. I was talking to a client a couple of weeks ago, and I said, they said, how is this couple doing? And they said, how's this couple doing? I know they're in Texas, and they've been in Texas for, but I hadn't heard anything. I said, man, they're doing great. He said, well, I hadn't seen them. I said, it's not about what you see, it's about what they are. Hello. See, we live in a society where, what is posted appeared to be something. But the truth is, a lot of people are posting and aren't appearing to be anything. They're just posting, and it's not selling the right message. But I was telling the person, I love how this couple is just basking in their present place as to where they are in all aspects. And that's a beautiful thing when we can find ourselves. Because, Coach Deborah, there's a lot of people. We live in a world where we learn to please everyone else and never find ourselves.
That's right.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah. And I like, that you say you like to see other people happy. And it never fails. Most times, I would say 8 out of 10 times when I'm on my platform and I'm interviewing someone, your name's going to come up. Either I bring your name up or the other person bring your name up, but it's always something positive because, you're a coach. And so you teach others, assist others in living effective lives, but that doesn't mean that you have to, push them all the time and assist them and answer questions when it's not. Some coaches would say, well, this is your designated time, so anything we need to talk about, we talk about it then. But your character is to help assist people to be better, and you do that with an open mind, an open heart. So I can send you a text, coach, and ask you a question, and I don't feel like you're like, why, what does she want now? Because that is your spirit to help others, and that is amazing. And helping others, we can tell that it makes you happy.
Yeah, it really does. Thank you for the compliment, man. And I feel like I'm at my best place because of the amount of people I have around me that's winning. So I say this a lot of my posts on social media, or when I'm speaking among audience, I say I'm surrounded by the best people on the planet. And I mean that with my whole heart, because I'm watching them all do incredible things, and it feels good to cheer them on. I love seeing my friends win. I love seeing my clients win. I love seeing my family win, and I think that's important. What's the next point we want to talk about? Because people got to ask, if you're going to build this amazing life and you're going to draw up a blueprint, you got to ask yourself that question: what makes me happy? Now, here's the deal. Somebody may draw up a blueprint. Oh man, that's going to be a big house. But the question is, will a big house make you happy? Because you can end up in a big house and very frustrated. I don't know why I went with a 3-story. These stairs are just killing me.
Killing me.
Oh, hey, this water bill, this is just ridiculous. Look at the size of this light bill. I just hate this yard. It's too much yard. But hey, you drew up the plan. Acquire this.
Yes. And something you mentioned earlier as I go into the next question, but it's about those things that drain us. But you mentioned, a lot of times in life, we don't do those things that make us happy. We're trying to please others. And so that can get you in a bind where you are just stressed out. You're just anxious. You don't know what to do. So these things now are draining you. They were supposed to be making you happy, but now they're draining you.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you don't have any drainers, but what can you tell us about drainers?
Yeah, I do. You know what drains me? What drains me is problematic behavior. I'm about to do a teaching series on not living a problematic life. How not to live a problematic life. That drains me. Where I believe, every day we should be learning something. But when I meet people who every day they're doing worse, and they're not willing to hear or make adjustments to change that. Because I teach, someone is succeeding where you're failing.
That's right. Where
you're struggling, someone has figured it out. And just making some little adjustments. Just you ever was helping someone cook, and you said, that was a little bit too much salt. So next time, just a little bit. See, what they don't know, and you could help them if they would submit themselves to getting help. Some people, they just dismiss cooking altogether. I don't want to cook because I made it too salty. Don't throw away the whole concept because you ruined one meal. You're a student. And so what drains me is people who aren't committed to being lifelong students. Like literally, they're choosing to be punished by life rather than learn to enjoy the beauty that comes from life, a life well lived.
Wow.
That gets me, man. That's good. Hey, let me tell you something. I don't even stay in rooms too long when I see people just basking in the whole. I'm talking about there is this oh me, oh my pity party kind of setting. I don't even sit to tables like that. I don't like hanging out with people. And now, don't get me wrong. When something's wrong, something's wrong. When something needs to be assessed, it needs to be assessed. But it can't just be a pity party. It can't be a pity party where it's just, hey man, how worse it is for you? Okay, come on, you over here and throw in how worse it is for you. Now, and I'm not talking about testimony for inspiration. I'm because sometimes you can share your past that was hard and difficult and so forth. to inspire. So that's
Right.
called a testimony,
Yeah.
right? But then there's a difference where it's a Debbie Downer. My God, after hearing her story or his story or their story, I don't even know if I want to go back to work. I don't even know if it makes sense to get out of bed. And so some people live that way, and that drains me. And so I try to protect my space by motivational talks, reading books, quiet time, and meditation. And then I'm learning how to live from inside out, which means I'm learning how to be at a table of discontentment without that discontentment getting in me.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
next level right there.
it's just like I was talking to someone the other day, and it was like, what you have to do, like when you sit to the table with those people, you don't even say how you doing.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
I am having a great week. You just start,
Yeah.
saying how you don't even ask them because you know that they're gonna start. They're gonna bring the whole table down.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
don't need to give you that opportunity.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna invite you to bring in your perspective, because your perspective has not cleaned itself up yet without being a downward spiral. Some people, you got to examine yourself and says, am I living the life where whenever I'm at the table, I'm the downward spiral? I'm not, I'm the negative energy in the room. Oh my goodness. I'm the person when I walk in the room, the air, your energy sucks the air out of the room. Some people are like that. But you can also change and make your behavior when you show up. You're the party of the, hey, let's get this started now.
Right. I love it. And that's where you want to be.
Yeah. So in this blueprint, when we look at our lives, some people say, I really don't like my life, coach. I'm so drained. Why are you drained? I was talking to someone not so long ago, and they said, man, I just don't like my job. And I said, well, how long? Oh, I've been there a long time. Well, why are you still on a job you don't like? Well, you know what? They pay me good money. Someplace else will pay you good money and you could like it still. Think about it. You don't have to stay somewhere just because they're paying you good money. There's a place that will pay you good money and you enjoy what you're doing. Somebody said to me the other day, stress is a part of life. Yes, I agree that stress is a part of life. But stress that is causing you can't sleep, stress that is taking away your appetite, stress that is ruining your marriage, stress that is affecting your children's relationship, stress that is causing you to only cry to God. You can't even talk to God. You're only crying to God. Stress that causes you to sit in the parking lot in your car and dread going into the building is unhealthy stress. Okay?
That's right.
That is it's toxic. It's not good. And I'm not against stress, because we need a little stress to grow. We need a little stress that life has stress built into it. Believe me. All right. Your home is built to carry the wind that is stressful on the construction. Every season, your home is going to be tests with the weather that is a form of stress. But when a hurricane comes, if a hurricane comes every week and it's a category 5 every week, you can't survive that.
You can't.
You can't survive that. No, nobody's going to survive that. Not a category 5 every week. And some people are sitting at the table that is a category 5 hurricane every week. Some people are on jobs that are a category 5 hurricane every week. Some people, friends and social circle is a category 5 every week. And now they're in the car and they're frustrated because everything around them is just chaotic because it's a category 5. And all I'm saying is you need to pack up your Georgie bundle and drive out of town. Hello. Hey, it may take you a little while because you're going to be in traffic because other people are trying to get out too.
They're trying to get out.
But when you see you're in a category 5 and this is starting to be a repeated behavior, wisdom say, I need to move. There's too many category 5s coming this way. And I don't want to live like this. Whew. At some point in your life, you got to ask yourself, what am I building? And do I want to live like this?
Yeah. Yeah. And, a lot of times there is stress, but we cause that ourselves. And like when we say you got that blueprint, you got that plan, like your to-do list is a part of that.
Yes.
But your to-do list has to have everything. last week. So of course I have my to-do list. I got my whiteboard, so I know what I'm supposed to do. But as my husband was leaving, he said, "Oh, they're gonna come by and look at the pool area." I'm like, "Okay," but I didn't add that to my list, and so I knew I had to. One of my retainers broke, so I had to get replacements. So I called them to find out if I could, drop my mole off.
Yep.
Well, this lady, I was like, okay, she's been working there for 20 years. Why she keep putting me on hold? Say, oh, I need to go ask her one more question. One more question. So I got my pocketbook. I'm ready to go. I'm in the garage. I'm putting my stuff in the truck. Then I said, oh, it's not a gas in here. I'm gonna kill my husband, so I got to get in the car. And I'm like, why is she taking so long? Then I get another call. It's my husband, and he said, did you let him in? I said, did I let who in? I'm like, okay, so that was God helping me out because I had forgot, and if I had left home, I wouldn't have been here to let the pool guy in. So but that was my fault for not putting on my to-do list.
Yes.
I would try to take the mold,
Yeah.
But we drain ourselves.
And what you just said.
Plans. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that whole plan. Yeah, the whole plan is built around management, and that to-do list is helping you to manage. And here's the deal. The beautiful thing about managing your life in regards to going to a dinner or even identifying, okay, it's on the to-do list. Your to-do list helps you to say no to some things. Your to-do list helps you to put some things off for another day. Right? Because you're like, okay, I look at my list. There's nothing else can be done today. It'll have to go to tomorrow, and tomorrow is already full. Thursdays are, I can't plug this one in until Friday. Because you're managing your life, and that's all a part of your plan. That's all a part of your blueprint. Your life is built on the decisions you make on a daily basis, on your to-do list, on your goals for the week, on your strategy for making the next 6 months or next 6 years better years, because you've drawn up a blueprint. This is what I'm going to build. This is what I'm going to build. What's our next point, Coach Deborah? We want to dive into that.
So you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
But ask yourself, what isn't working in my life? What isn't working? I know it's not working. The example you gave about the job, you on the job, you're miserable, so that's not working.
Yeah.
So you're not going to do anything about it. Yeah.
Wow. And some people, the fear gets them. Fear gets them. I got a job. This economy will get you. Hey, this economy get companies ain't hiring. You got to have faith in yourself. You got to know that God would not have you to be in a place where you can't sleep at night. God will not have it in a place where you go into work, man, and you're becoming sick because of how and where you work. That's not the will of God. You say, well, Coach, it's easy for you to say you're not in that situation. I'm saying you can learn how to get out of that situation. Go to work today, but also when you get off, get online, start filling out some applications, sending out some resumes. So you keep the job and then be filling out. When you're on your off day, you go into interviews.
That's right.
Because as far as you're concerned, I can't stay there. Don't just quit the job. Don't just quit the job. Don't just quit it, because if you know you can't afford to quit the job, don't just quit the job. But make sure you manage yourself when you are not at the job, making sure you fill out resumes, you submit resumes, fill out applications. And you may say, hey, here's the deal. It's a crisis. You really need to leave this place because it's very, very toxic. Then maybe what you need to do is you got to downsize. You say, well, you know what? I don't need this car note at this price. So I'm going to sell this car, make some money, get me a cash car for now. Or what I'm going to do is move into a smaller place for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offset some of these expenses. I don't need to upgrade my phone. I don't need cable right now. As a matter of fact, I don't need to be shopping every week. I'm going to start cooking in, and I'm going to decrease my expenditures to ensure that I can deal with my life better and not feel imprisoned to have to work at a place that's making me sick because I need the money so bad. Bring your life back into a manageable sense. You say, well, I got kids, I got a husband, I got this, I got that. Let me tell you something. Then tough conversations got to be had. And you got to have difficult conversation with your spouse and your children and say, hey, listen, we're going to make some adjustments so we can come out of this year strong.
That's
We're
right.
going to make some adjustments so our family can remain healthy. Yes, the bills are paid, but I'm not doing well. And if I'm not doing well and your daddy's not doing well, if we as parents aren't doing well, guess what? It's going to affect you guys. So I'm going to make this decision. We're going to make the decision because we are responsible for drawing up a plan that makes our life better, not being a repeated cycle of frustration. Some people live in a repeated cycle of frustration. And if you follow this platform, you know that's not the will of God for you.
That's right. It is not. It is not. Yeah, and so you know what's not working.
Yeah.
You know what you need to do. We've already told you need a blueprint.
Yeah.
It's got to be plain. You got to be able to understand it, and your family members as well. But tell me this, what would your ideal living circumstances be?
Wow. For me, I love the fact of having options. That's big for me. I teach, one of the things I teach is you want to live as much as possible, choosing to, not having to. Okay, that's my ideal life. I choose to. I don't have to.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. That right there, that's next level. Okay, I choose to. I don't. And let me say this: everybody can choose to and say they don't have to. But I'm talking about when it's not detrimental. I'm talking about you are so financially secure. You're so organized in your affairs. You're so your structure is so healthy. Your structure is so healthy that you're not having to. In addition, when you think about choosing to decline being invited at a table or being invited in a room, you can choose to opt out. You don't have to. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You can allow the Holy Spirit to be your guide in all honesty. Oh my, Coach Deborah, you know how many people, if the Holy Spirit were to say right now, shut down for 30 days, right now, from this moment, you don't go outside, you just stay inside, and I want you to pray for 30 days, and I'm going to give you the biggest breakthrough in your entire life that will give you success your wildest dreams can never imagine. Do you know how many Christians can do that? They'll tell you straight up, they didn't build their lives to be controlled by the Holy Spirit. Because, my goodness, my car note demands I have to go to work. My mortgage says I have to go to work. I've got all of these automatic withdrawals coming from Apple and from the gym and from this and this network and that. And before you know it, you're a slave.
That's right.
And now you have to. So what does my ideal life look like? It's me being able to say every morning, God, whatever you would have for me to do today, help me to be able to do it with ease. Ooh. So if I need to help a stranger, hey, sir, I'll go that way. But you go into the office. Yeah, I'm going to the office, but I don't work in that kind of office where I have to be there on a dot. Hey, sir. Hey, can you help me over that? You know what? Here's I got another car. I can lend you. Oh, whatever. I got options. Oh, come on.
Yes.
I got options. Hey, years ago, Coach Deborah, my car broke down. I was driving to work and it just turned off on me. And I was driving to the office. It turned off to me. I just drifted on the side, and I got my phone out. I called roadside assistance, and they came to pick up my car. And I called a friend to pick me up to take me to the office. He took me to the office, and then I called to have my second car brought to me. And when I was walking in the office, the receptionist at the time said, "Boy, you look like you're having a bad day." I said, "I'm not having a bad day. The car is having a bad day." I didn't miss a beat. Because one, I had a friend to pick me up. Two, I had roadside assistance that can assist. And three, I had a second car. Hello, I had a second car, roadside assistance, and a friend to pick me up. Keep this thing moving.
That was ideal.
Somebody said, well, I don't have any friends. I don't have roadside assistance. That's where when you draw up your blueprint, you say, moving forward, I'm going to have some friends. Moving forward, I'm going to make sure I have roadside assistance. Moving forward, I'm going to have a second option of a car. I'm going to have a second option. You can build that in your plan.
That's right. That is absolutely correct. That's what we have to do. You have this opportunity.
Yeah.
What do I want my life to look like?
Yeah.
What things are going wrong? What things are draining me?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a chance to fix this today going forward. Let me make this plan.
Yeah.
And put these things in it.
Yeah.
Yes, I need friends, but I gotta be a friend.
Yes, come on.
I can't just be calling people, hey, I need you. Where was you when I needed you? But we have to do these things, and it will come together. But that plan is that foundation that we need to start with. And so, hey, the place to be is going to be at that summit, so you can get the whole gamut of this thing.
Hey, let me mention this, Coach Deborah. I have a friend who has a beautiful, beautiful home in the Bahamas. And when he was building his home, he made sure, number one, he's drawing up a plan to build a house. He made sure he built his home on the highest ground he could find. In other words, he made sure, because why? Number one, you got to know where you're building. It's the Bahamas, like hurricane prone, man, hurricane prone. So he decided, I'm gonna build my home on the highest ground possible. Okay. Second thing he did was he said, I'm gonna build a 2-story home. Okay. He built a 2-story home. Third thing he did was he knew that not only is electricity at times unreliable, but when the hurricane season comes, electricity 99% of the time is going to go out.
That's right.
He installed a generator on top of the roof. Hello. So even if though it's flooding in the yard, he's 2 stories. Even if water's starting to come in on the first floor, he can go on the second floor. He got electricity in the midst of it all. He built his life with thinking. He got hurricane shut windows, okay? He had doors with water compression glass. So, when them doors close, they seal. Now, somebody said, well, that's expensive. That guy makes some money. Let me tell you something. If you want to live all this life, you need to prioritize what you spend your money on. Let me tell you something. Where you live is more important than what you wear. Okay? And listen, don't get caught up on the brand of a phone and the clothes that you wear, and then you're not paying attention to what's important, what's really important, and safety. Your home is important, and that's what the guy did. So when you're drawing up your blueprint, know that what's this? Apostle Paul said this: all things are permissible to me, but not all things are beneficial. I like having all of the things that's nice, but don't let nice get in front of important.
All right. Hey.
We're going to bring this in now, huh? We almost done. Are we on our last one?
Yes. Yep. So we have to, make it plain and know how we're going to get what we want on that plan. Like that, your friend, he knew exactly what he needed. Now, whether that's what he wanted or not, he knew what he needed. He made a clear plan. He built it, and he's ready. So that's what we have to do with our lives, all phases of our lives, our finances, our families, our associations, our health. We have to know what it is that we want and how we're going to get it. So how are we going to ensure that we get this plan together and it works out?
Good stuff. So our last question, guys, is what do you need to do to get that life? What do you need to do? Some people, you may need to go get the book. Get my book. You say, I'm working with a son who ain't listening to me. Get a book. Coach Deborah, show them your book. Tell them, hey, get the book. Hey, get the book. See, build your best life. You want to help your son. You want to help young people. Go get a book that helps them to draw up a plan. You say, hey, man, I'm having financial issues. What do I need to do next? Okay. Oh, look at that book. There's another book. Hello. Hey, but here's the deal. Contact a person like Brady Robinson and says, hey, I need a financial planner.
That's right.
Okay? You said, man, listen, man, my health needs to become a, go get a doctor's visit, man. Go get it. Don't be afraid. Well, I'm afraid what the report. Let me tell you something. It's better to know. So you
Yes.
can address it. It's better. Don't put your head in the sand and try to ignore that this is not something you need to look into. At this age in my life, I'm learning, man, don't be afraid to address whatever you need to address because it can affect your life at the very basis. So what do I need to do to get the life I said I want? Maybe you might need a second job. Maybe you might need a side hustle.
Mhm.
Hello. You might need a side hustle. Maybe you might need to do some cutbacks. Maybe you might need to burn the midnight oil, stay up a little bit later. Maybe you might need to get up a little bit earlier. Maybe you might need to open your mouth. You didn't used to talk. Now you need to talk.
That's
Or
right.
maybe you need to shut up a little bit. Maybe your mouth got you in trouble and your mouth got you in trouble. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. How's that working for you? Whatever it is that you're doing, you got to ask yourself, how's it working for me? And if it's not working for you, don't be afraid to make the adjustments. Don't be afraid to make.
Right.
Here's the deal. Someone is assigned to help you. And don't get familiar with the help. Okay? Don't get familiar with the instructors. Don't get familiar with the book. Don't get familiar with the pastor. Don't get familiar with the opportunity that can change your life. The negative thing here, Coach Deborah, and I'm going to be done. I'll let you give your closing thought. One of the negative things I see with our world today, because there is so much content everywhere, that people have become familiar with content.
All right.
So YouTube has so much information, and all of the social media spaces got so much information. A friend of mine, we were talking the other day. He's in Canada, and he said to me, we were talking, and I said, you know, only thing I do every day is study. I study, I research, study, I research, I study, I research. He said, because I didn't go to school for what I'm doing. He said, what do you mean you study and research? I said, I'm always learning how to enhance the meal for the service that I'm offering my clients. He said, I don't understand. I say, what you buy at KFC, you can actually make at home. KFC is expediting the process. But you could go to Walmart and buy you some chicken and buy you some potatoes and buy you some seasoning and fry your own chicken and make up some of your own fries. Mm-hmm. But because some people don't want to spend that time, they go to KFC through the line. But KFC had to acquire the skill. The workers had to be trained. Someone still had to do it.
That's right.
So I told him, with me, I am teaching something someone could go and do their own work on. They don't have to come to me. They can go ahead and learn how to cook fried chicken without having to buy fried chicken from anybody. Or if you want to expedite the process, you go ahead and find the convenient avenues, right? Am I right? They got the rotisserie chicken. You can go get as cheap as a rotisserie chicken that's been spinning around. And you say, hey, I don't want to cook a chicken, but I don't want to pay the price of KFC chicken. I'm going to go to Sam's Club and get that rotisserie chicken and half the price. Be it as it may, somebody still got to do the work. Somebody still got to do the work. I've been assigned to do the work. Coach Deborah has been assigned to do the work. And what we say is, when you realize you need what we offer, wisdom would say, connect with us to ensure that you get the help that is needed. Okay? When you're hungry and you're driving across town and you see that exit says fried chicken and you know you're hungry, let me tell you something, no more restaurant for 5 miles from now. You better pull over and say to yourself, you know what? I'm hungry. I'm going to get something to eat right over there. And so I believe somebody is assigned to help you. And so whenever the Holy Spirit would have it to say, oh, listen, I've been listening to Coach Deborah. I've been listening to Coach Ricardo. I've been liking this message. Get closer. How do you get closer? You buy the book. How do you get closer? You get the coaching service. How do you get closer? When there's an event, you connect with the event. Follow on social media. Despise not the free lunch. That's how I'm done. I'm done. Hey.
That's right. And we have to, stop trying to get that quick fix. Yeah. That quick fix will get you in trouble. So we're telling you the best way is to plan, to put that plan in place, know exactly where you are, where you want to go, how you need to get there, what your priorities are. It's just like if someone says, "Oh, when I saw you last time, you were,
Yep.
what did you do?"
Yep.
Oh, well, I followed this process.
Yep.
Well, what was it like?
Yep.
I said, well, basically you watch what you eat. You have to watch what you eat.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And then they go off and say, well, I watch what I eat, but I didn't lose any weight. Okay, but that's all I said. You have to watch what you eat. There's more to it. Well, how are you going to find that out if you don't come to me or go to the place that I went to? They are the experts, because our bodies are not the same. I have a petite body. You have a large frame.
Yep.
So you have to make sure that you get the tools that you need to make you be the best that you can be.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Now remember, it's all on you. Don't blame nobody. Okay.
It's a choice.
It's a choice. It's a choice. Coach Deborah, it's always a joy to do this show with you. And there's going to be a long time. People are going to go back and watch what we're talking about. And it's going to help so many people because it's on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. And it's free and it's accessible. And the reason why I like these is because all you need is one good nugget to speak to you that opens the combination lock to your understanding for something you may have never gotten. The light bulb turned on when Coach Deborah said this. The light bulb turned on when Coach Ricardo said it. And now look at you, because you are picking up pieces of correct understanding, and you're getting those understanding and you're working them into your life, and it's doing something for you. And I believe that all of us can live a life where there's nothing missing, lacking, or broken. I call it effective living, but you got to do the work. You got to do the work. Coach Deborah, have a blessed day this week. Enjoy the rest of the week. And listen, every Monday night, guys, we're here. Our goal is to inspire. Our goal is to at least share something that will have you to think and start doing the work to becoming the person you were created to be. Once again, tell people how they can get your book.
Thank you. You can visit my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org, and you can order the book there. You get autographed copy. If you want the Kindle version, that's Amazon.com. But www.buildyourbestlife.org. And remember, invest in yourself.
That's what's up. That's what's up.